Hey, Heather.
Hey, Steven.
You know what we should do?
What should we do?
You know what we should do.
Ooh, say it.
We should get into it. That's Heather.
That's Steven.
Let's get into the best of 2024. For the third time, we're starting this podcast.
We've done this 3 times, y'all.
Dear listener.
And it is 6:13 p.m. government hours.
Dear listener, I did not hit record the first 2 times.
He had one job to hit that record button, and it didn't happen.
In fairness.
It didn't happen.
In fairness.
Yes.
I did have to fight my computer for a while.
You did. You had to.
And so I was slightly distracted. We're kind of on speaking terms right now. I think I have us way too turned up, but it's fine. I'll fix it later, hopefully.
Turn down for what?
Turn down for this. So this episode, we're talking about the best of 2024.
Yes.
But before we do this, let's, again, Heather, let's check in. How was the beginning of your 2025 so far?
The beginning of my 2025 was delightful. And I'm so glad we're actually doing this again because I can cut down on my story that somehow started with a chill holiday talking about ice cream. Anyway, I had a very chill holiday. New Year's Eve. I actually went over to my brother's house. He made barbecue. I've talked about my brother's barbecuing before on this podcast multiple times. He makes the best barbecue, and he does this from scratch jalapeno lime sauce. And he picks the limes off the tree and mixes. So fucking good.
Get that recipe.
Ooh, it's so good. So we played this game called Ox God on New Year's Eve, which I think I showed you.
Yeah.
And it's a music card where you split into teams. Like we had 4 teams. So the judging team rotates each round. So like, let's say you and I are on a team. We pick a card. We read the card to the other teams. Like, pick a song by Sia. So the 3 teams have to pick a song by Sia. Whoever says done first, the other 2 teams have 30 seconds to find their song. So then each team plays their song, and we as the judges pick which Sia song we like the best.
Oh.
And the first person to 7 cards wins. So it was everything from Sia. Tim McGraw was one. Pink. Kelly Clarkson.
Don't take the girl.
And then it goes into like topics. It'll be like, what's a good workout song? But my clench to victory, I think I told you, was childhood song. So it was like, play a song, a childhood song. So my brother was on an opposite team, and my mom's team was the judge. And so he was like, this is for my mom. And he started playing My Girl by the Temptations. And I was like, hold the phone. Not mom's childhood. Your childhood. He's like, I know, but mom used to play this. So you could see Cora starting to kind of sway. And I was like, all right, cool. You have to, once you select your song, you can't change it.
Right.
So like, I was very confident. And my teammates, who were Michelle's sister, Raven, and Glenn's friend, Josh, I was like, you guys have to trust me on this one, please. Like, I know I typically take input. You got to trust me. So I played Skinnamarink Dinky Dink, and I won. It was childhood songs. And then another category was songs everybody knows. And the other team did like Sweet Caroline, Don't Stop Believin'. I did a fucking Happy Birthday because everybody knows Happy Birthday.
Yeah, but I don't like Happy Birthday.
But you have to pick the most relevant song. What is a song everybody knows? Fucking Happy Birthday.
Or is it by your choice? It's up to
It is
opinion.
by your choice. So I did not win the Happy Birthday round.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't pick that either. I'd be like, ma'am, sing it in Spanish or something.
I almost did. It's the most wonderful time of the year because I'm like, everybody knows that. Well, yeah, kind of. But it got knocked down, drag out, and it got to the very end where like there was this crazy time. My mom was a song selector, and it was like pick an emotional song, and I forgot what. I can't remember what we picked, but my mom came out of the fucking woodworks with One Sweet Day, and we all were like singing it. It was so, we were like, Mom! And she's like, what? It's an emotional. What did we pick for our emotional? I can't even remember what the other songs were, but it was
I don't know if I could pick an emotional song in a minute.
Jamie is over and Jamie is gone.
Earl had to die. But we don't like Earl, so that's not a sad song.
So we played that game, and then I was home by like 8:00, and Jason and I had a little toast at midnight, barely, because we were both like dying, falling asleep. We woke up, we were like, cheers, let's go to bed. Because I'm very like superstitious. I like to be up at the start of the new year because they always say whatever you're doing on New Year's Eve will set the intention for the rest of your year.
Oh, well, that's fun to me.
So that's why for so long I was gigging, because every fucking New Year's Eve I was at a gig doing the count. And let me tell you something, friends. Let me tell you a band performer inside secret that I'm going to let you all know who might not be in bands. 9 times out of 10, if you are somewhere on New Year's Eve that has a live band, if there are no TVs around or anything like that, you do not do the countdown at midnight.
No, you do it earlier so you can get the fuck out of there.
Not even earlier. There were times we'd be dead ass in the middle of a song and we're like, oh, fuck, it's like 11:59. We'd be singing, don't stop believing. They'd be like, all right, guys, let's count down. And people never questioned it. Ever, because they were all drunk by that point. They were like, yeah, and it would be like 12:30 and we're like 10, 9. So make sure to look at your watches, friends. But like I was always gigging for so long because New Year's Eve was very, very lucrative. And then it just got to a point where I was like, you know, if somebody came to me, it depends on the gig, but like I just fucking love being at home because I don't want to be on the roads and I don't want to
have to be far for gigs anymore.
Yeah. Because I was at Orange Lake Resort every New Year's Eve for like a couple years, which is like the complete opposite of the 429. Like it was a while to get there. But anyway, so that was nice. And then I've been doing a lot of just like sitting on the couch and watching movies and TV. But this past Friday, Jason was like, let's go to a Solar Bears game. Let's go see hockey. And I do enjoy hockey thoroughly because it's fast paced. You're going back. It's not like fucking baseball. Like going to a Major League Baseball game can be so fucking boring.
Oh, baseball is the worst.
So boring.
It takes forever to happen. You think you hit and you run. No, I feel like these guys are just taking a walk, a stroll. Mm-hmm. They stop and have a conversation. They're finally at first base and then we're going to talk to the batter for a while. And then, Jean, what's her face?
Gina Davis
is going to do the hat thing.
Oh
and
my
then
God.
Have her chest and then do a thing. And then somebody is going to back out there 30 minutes later.
Yes. Oh my God. So yeah, we went to hockey. All I wanted was to see a fight. So like I had my edible. I got like 2 double wine. I basically drank the equivalent of a bottle of wine.
Shocker.
And they had lobster rolls there. I know you don't like lobster rolls, but they were so good. So we had the best time. I saw the best hockey fight I've ever seen live. Like the one guy threw the other onto the ice and everyone was like slapping sticks and I'm screaming like a banshee and everyone in the section is like laughing at me. And the lady next to me was like, you were waiting for a fight. I was like, I was.
I thought this would be like, that's my son.
No, but yeah, so I went to the Orlando Solar Bears game. They played against the Greenville Swamp Rabbits and Solar Bears were fucking trash. They lost the game. They let a whole bunch of like pucks slip. It was just a mess. It was a mess.
One of my crowning achievements is from a Solar Bears game.
What'd you do?
Remember when I threw that puck from our seats into the garbage can
did.
in the center? I hi-ya'd that thing into the middle of the rink and made it in that little garbage can.
Oh my God.
Did I win anything?
No. That's disrespectful. So yeah, I went to the Solar Bears game. That was fun. And then I spent that was Friday. I spent the majority of Saturday watching on Amazon Prime. They have a reality show called Coach Prime, which is about, do you know who Deion Sanders is?
He is a football player.
Yes, good job. He was a football player. He also played baseball for a little bit. He's the only person in history to ever play a NFL game and a Major League Baseball game in the same day.
Well.
Yeah, overachiever.
I've done nothing with my life.
So long story short, Deion Sanders, he, was in the NFL, retired, whatever, had kids. So his sons, who are like a year apart, were going to Jackson State, which is an HBCU, historically black college. And so they were playing on this football team. They're Deion Sanders kids, like a lot of pressure. And Deion Sanders came to the games and saw their facilities. And one thing about historically black colleges is that a lot of times they're very underfunded. So like it doesn't look great. And he saw all of it and he was like, what the fuck? Like I've got millions and millions and millions of dollars. I'm going to put money into this program. So he did. They got like a new gym, all this new shit. And they were like, do you want to coach the football team?
Oh.
And he was like, sure, why not? So
for reality TV.
But he took them from like the bottom of the barrel pretty high. So then he gets an offer from Colorado. I think it's Colorado State. Colorado Buffaloes is the team. So he got an offer from the Colorado team to come coach for like $30 million. And he was like, I'll coach on one condition. I want to bring my sons with me, but I'm not doing this solely. I mean, kind of nepotism. But the thing is, his sons are fucking good.
Well, yeah, I bet.
And so it basically, this reality show follows the kids on the Colorado Buffaloes. And these are kids that come from like fucking nothing. And now they're in like bowl games. When I tell you, I was so fucking invested in the show because it shows them progressively getting better and they eventually make it to like bowl games. I was watching that shit. I don't know jack shit about football. I know nothing except touchdowns. There's a 50-yard line and there's a referee. I don't know how the game is played. I don't know the point system. I know literally nothing. Now, granted, did I work in a sports bar for almost 5 years and work football games every week? Of course I did. And I pretended like I knew what was happening. But I know nothing about football. I was so fucking invested in this show. And Deion Sanders can get cocky sometimes, but at the end of the day, he wants his players to like succeed and do well to the point where like none of them want to go to the draft early. They're like, we want to keep playing for him.
Aww.
And they asked him, they were like, do you want to go coach in the NFL? Like,
oh God.
But he said no, because with college kids, and you can watch it sometimes with college sports, they're hungrier because they're trying to get to that next level, where NFL, they're like,
yeah, they're divas.
Correct. And he's like, I don't think these football players are good, even though I'm Deion Sanders, they're not going to respect and listen to me like they would somebody, you know, who's got more coaching, whatever. So he's like, I stick with college. They pay me well. So it was, but long story short, called Coach Prime on Amazon Prime, ironically. So good. It's very inspirational, and just watching these kids succeed. Like their
I'll have to add that to my list.
Their kicker, his name is Alejandro, and he's this little Mexican kid. And whenever they were like, it was like a tie game, and you would hear Coach Prime go like, Mata, his name's Alejandro Mata, and here comes this little Mexican kid, and I was like, oh my God, Coach Sanders is gonna get so mad at him. And all the times he kicked, he did it well, and oh my God, he was so cute. But anyway, so good, Coach Prime. So I spent a lot of time watching that last week, and that was pretty much it. Went to a fun party, played games. And Steven, how was your sickly week?
Oh, wonderful. Yeah, basically since Thursday night, I went to a meeting for recital after working all day long. And then I got home and I was laying here on the sofa because I was like, maybe I'll fall asleep on the sofa. I don't have to work on Friday. Yeah. So then I started getting this headache. Backtrack to that. Before, the meeting is at Sarah's house. Yeah. Sarah had some Christmas decorations that are out that had fake cinnamon stuff on it. So I started having a reaction. And like they gave me allergy pills and whatnot, and nothing was happening. It's like, okay, I'm gonna go home, And then so I came home and I started getting like migraine. I thought maybe it was
a trigger from that,
a trigger from that. And then I was like, I'm just gonna take a bunch of time and I'll go to bed. The next day, I was bedridden all day long. My head was about to explode. I took every medicine in this house that I could find. I almost called you to see if I could get one of your
the
migraine pills.
Yes. I'll leave one here for you. Remind me.
Yeah, because then the next day, I again woke up. I thought this has to go away. I was breaking fevers left and right, getting fevers right back. I called Dr. on the man. I was like, hey, hold on a second. And I ran out of the room to go throw up in front of her, basically. And she's like, honey, you need to go to an urgent care. And I was like, okay. So I go there and they're like, yeah, you got some virus. You have to let it.
I saw that. I was like, I know that very well.
My prednisone.
That cancels out birth control. Ugh. It sure does.
Well, I'm not seeing anybody. But yeah, today's the first day that I was like, and I still have like weird, crazy back pain.
Yeah.
So like sitting in certain positions still hurts. So I worry about dancing tomorrow.
I wonder if, because my ex before Jason, he was into, what the fuck was that shit called? It was like Warcraft. It was some stupid ass hobby shit. Not that I'm yucking anybody's yum. It's just, he was fucking stupid. And there was a certain type of glue that everybody used in this hobby setting. And it was kind of like how I use the same for my nails. I use the same glue. I will not deviate from this glue. I just will not deviate from it. So it was a certain type of glue, but if he was around it, it gave him a cold from glue. And at first I thought he was lying. And then sure, he's like, I have to use this for the certain project and I'm just going to take NyQuil. And sure, I don't know what the fuck was in that glue, but it used to literally give him a cold when he would use it. So I'm like, I wonder if it's
probably an alien or something. Like, that doesn't make sense.
Well, I mean, like, it could be a form of an allergy. It's just like when women get, like if you have a bad period, it can also trigger like a cold, like there's cold symptoms and stuff. Oh. Yeah. So I don't know, but maybe it was just a really fucking bad reaction. Well, no, because they wouldn't have given you that shit if it was a reaction.
Yeah, well, I didn't know because it had nothing to do with that.
Yeah,
it had nothing to do with that.
Maybe it just triggered something in your immune system.
I think it was a coincidence because we do work around thousands of people a day.
Oh God, yeah. Don't remind me.
But the urgent care, like, there's nothing we can do. I was just glad that it wasn't COVID or the actual flu.
Yeah.
Like, here,
but
we'll manage your
sometimes to me
symptoms.
it's even more frustrating when they don't know what it is, because then you like, if it's the last time I was sick was November. We got off the cruise. Jason and I got deathly ill. And I was like, this is the flu. I know it's the flu. I've had the flu before. It's the same feeling. I get tested for the flu. I don't have it. I'm like, oh, it's got to be COVID. Get tested for COVID. I don't have it. And I was like, what the fuck is this? And they were like, Same thing. Oh, it's just a virus. Just get some rest. I'm like, I need fucking relief.
Yeah, that's what that's for.
Oh my God. It was, I will never forget. It was a Tuesday. Because I remember there was one point where I was like, I'm going to die. This is it. It was just like headache, congestion, like fever, aches. Like I literally was like, this is it. I'm literally going to die in this bed like fucking Zelda in Pet Sematary. Like I'm just going to die.
I couldn't stand, sit, or lay down without being in constant pain.
Worst.
I was like, nope. Okay, this is a great start of the year. This is where, seriously, people, if you're listening to me, please, old yeller me. I've had an okay run. I'm good. But you know what's weird about COVID?
What?
Is I had it twice, right? Back in 2020 and 2021.
Yeah.
I knew the minute it hit me, I could feel there was a sensation in my nose that I felt both times that I was like, fuck, I think I have COVID. And I got tested and I had COVID.
I've had it 3 times.
Okay, overachiever. Wow.
The first time I knew for sure I had it because I lost my sense of taste out of nowhere. And I was like, all right. And then the next morning I woke up and had all the symptoms. So my taste went first before I had symptoms. And then I was like, yep, and got tested. Second time, it felt like a sinus infection, which I get like twice a year. And like, I know how I've got them my whole life. So I know how to prevent them if they're coming and how to take care of them. And the preventatives weren't working. And I'm like, oh, this is not a sinus infection. Last year, I got it after a convention that I went to. And I thought I just had what they call a convention crud, where like if you're around a shit ton of people, but something told me to do a little nose swipe and I had it. But that first time I knew for sure because
the first time it was Christmas show at Sawmill that day where we had done the show at Mary's that Friday night. I woke up, I went to the gym.
Right, a bunch of people
I was
got
like,
it.
oh, I'm taking a nap. And I woke up and I had a fever and I was like, hey, I got it. I got
the Rona.
And then everybody had to learn my parts. And
I remember how scared, like it was scary, like because no one knew what to do with it. Now it's just like, yeah, I got COVID. It's no different than you saying like you have pneumonia.
But now they have all these other ones coming out and there's like a new random virus in China. You know what? Enough of 2025 already. Let's go back to 2024.
Quick, before you go into 2024, there's something really funny. We were talking about just take me out to pasture. Literally my last meeting of the day today, I was in a meeting with my friend Becky, who I love. She's the one that was our 100th like and still owes us an episode.
Oh,
she's the best. Becky, I love you. So we started talking about work and then we got into like life and things. And she was saying that she and her daughter have something called it's like the helmet method or the helmet theory. And I was like, what is that? She's like, it essentially means that if you're presented with something really bad, you just say, fuck it, kill me now. And the reason it's called the helmet method was because they were watching something where like a person was in space and got like untethered, where you just float and float and float and float and float, float,
decided
float.
to take off the helmet.
And she said her daughter looked at her and said, I'd take that shit off right away. And Becky's like, me too. Oh. And I was saying that I would absolutely do that. If I knew that I was just going to float forever in space, I'd be like, just get the shit. Because you die instantly. So it's like, whoop, gone. And I was saying I'm the same way with zombies. Like I could never ever be on The Walking Dead. I could never live. I already live in anxiety every day. And I mean, I do have shit to be anxious about, but not on that level.
Right.
I could not, like these people will be on The Walking Dead, like having dinner and having sex and making out and like, haha, yay, oh my. Bitch, how do you focus when you know there's zombies coming?
Sir, first of all,
as soon as it happened, I would just be like, hey, you. Right?
No,
like, just bite me.
I mean,
get it over with.
I get the whole zombie thing if it was really bad, but if it was like zombies, you have to think about like they can't do anything. They just
yeah,
and if
but
they bite
you can't like.
So,
but at some point they're gonna like come to your door and you have to get out.
Live in a treehouse.
They're gonna climb. No,
they can't climb trees.
It depends on the zombies because
they can't climb fences. They can't use doorknobs.
What was the Tom Cruise movie where the zombies ran?
You know, I have never seen Walking Dead.
It's okay.
I've never seen an episode.
The Walking Dead is good for the first like couple of seasons. But there's a major character death that happens. And once that happened, I was like, I'm good. I've had my run with the show and I stopped watching and it just ended, I think, like last year. The first 3 seasons, it was a fucking event in my house. We would go to my parents' house every Sunday to watch it, or we'd go to someone's house. It was like a big thing to turn out all the lights and watch The Walking Dead because it was fucking good. It was so good. And then when that main character passed away, it just...
Billy. Fuck that.
It just got out of control. It's like this shit could never happen. Like,
I mean, was it during the writer's strike by chance?
I don't think so.
Because like how
Heroes. Oh my god, I will never get over that.
Never forgive you, Hollywood.
Save the cheerleader, save the world.
Never
I was so
forgive
obsessed with that show.
you.
So obsessed.
Me too.
I need to rewatch it.
Ooh.
I almost tried during the pandemic, and then for some reason I didn't start. But Jason's never seen it, so I want to watch it with Jason.
Oh my god!
And I know he would love it.
I saw it on the other day, and I almost started again, but I decided to start something that I've never seen as well. That somebody mentioned at work.
Which is,
have you ever watched Lost?
No.
I just started watching Lost.
I just rewatched Lovecraft Country.
Classic. I've seen that one several times.
It was my only second time I've watched it all the way through. So yeah. So with that being said.
Thanks for listening to 20 minutes of nonsense, but you know what? You learned something.
All right. So, friends, we decided to give you, our dear listeners / watchers, a recap of what we thought were the best things in 2024, because we know that you value our opinion. And you're going to listen to this and you're going to be like, damn, I want to do all these things.
Yeah.
So, Steven, let's start off with, in your opinion, what was your favorite TV show of 2024, or what was the best TV show you watched of 2024?
See, you made it hard earlier when you reminded me, because like, okay, I have no concept of time. I don't know what year I watch things.
Right? Yeah.
I don't know what day it is, but X-Men 97, which was perfect in every single way, but also Agatha All Along was iconic.
I still haven't watched it.
Both of them were like, I cannot wait. Like, I'm not going to bed until I get to watch. You've never watched Agatha?
I want to. I was waiting until it's over, which I know now it's over, so I'll watch it.
Oh my god!
But do I need to rewatch WandaVision?
No.
Okay.
No, because they talk about like her a little bit, but it's kind of like a different.
Okay, I'll watch it.
Storyline.
I think. You know what? I started it because the first episode they were in the woods and there was like a murder.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I started
That's
it.
That's like the first scene.
Yeah, and then I don't know what happened after that.
I should make you watch it before you leave the whole fucking series, especially episode 7.
I have to eat.
Episode 7 is by far perfection.
Because like when WandaVision came out, it's not that I'm anti-Marvel. I just hate trends. I hate jumping on the bandwagon of what everybody else wants to do. You know, people are watching new shit.
But if it's good, it's good.
That's the thing. So when WandaVision came out, I was like, I'm not watching this shit. Everybody else watches it. And then for some reason, I turned it on one day and I was fucking hooked. And Jason and I watched every single episode of WandaVision.
I watched the first episode and I was like, I really don't get it because I don't really know that side.
Do you think I do?
No, but I'm just saying, like, because I do know a lot of the Marvel stuff, and I'm I don't know what's happening. Why are we in black and white times? And then I tried it again, and I gave it another episode, and I was like, oh, you're a clever girl. You're a clever girl. So then I got into it, and I was like, oh, fuck, this is so good.
Yeah, it was very
I mean,
good.
a lot of times I discount something in the first 15 minutes, and
Same.
ADHD, I can't help it.
I still love the memes, and I actually just reshared one the other day of when WandaVision was super popular. And somebody took Vision and made him black, and they called him Vishon. And he had like a gold chain around his neck and a black turtle. You've never seen Vishon? No.
Does he look like The Rock?
I gotta show you. I cannot believe you've never seen Vishon.
Oh, I am obsessed.
It's so funny.
Because when you say a black turtleneck,
it's so good.
That is literally The Rock. Oh my god, he's in a do-rag. I can't.
He looks like he'd be like, "What up, Ma?
What up, Ma? Let me do a little magic."
I love him.
Oh my god.
No, me Wanda don't talk no more. Oh, Vishon.
Oh my
I want
God,
a show. I want Vishon. I want the show Vishon.
Well, that's going to be the spinoff. It's like,
you know, they made
you made a TV series based on Uncle Buck, but he's black.
What?
You remember the movie Uncle Buck?
Yeah.
There's a TV series.
Oh, I think somebody told me about that.
Yeah, and it was black. So there you go. You have your Vishon via Uncle Buck.
Oh my God, please.
What about you? What did you enjoy TV-wise this year?
Okay, so I'm a creature of habit, so I end up watching a lot of old TV shows over and over again, or like RuPaul's Drag Race, The Amazing Race, shows that have been on for like 3,000,000 years. But I did watch a new show by one of my favorite people, Ryan Murphy. And in my humble opinion, the best show, the one that I enjoyed the most of 2024, was American Sports Story, the Aaron Hernandez one.
Oh.
It was so fucking good.
I did not watch that one.
It was one of my favorite things that Ryan Murphy has done. And of course, he embellished the story a little bit because it's Ryan Murphy.
That's what he does.
But the kid who played Aaron Hernandez, he's in West Side Story. His name is Josh something, musical theater kid. You would never know his demeanor playing Aaron Hernandez, all this. You would never think he was a theater kid. And he's an incredible dancer, apparently. Would never know. Tony Yazbek, who I went to high school with his sister, he's like a Broadway actor. He's like almost like Grace. Hey, Grace definitely knows who he is. He played Urban Meyer, the coach of the Gators, because Aaron Hernandez was on that team.
Yeah.
And then somebody famous played Tim Tebow, and I can't remember who it was. But anyway,
Natalie Portman.
No. But then once he got to the Patriots coach, Bill Belichick, was played by Norbert Leo Butz, as in Fierro.
Oh my God.
Let me tell you something. This man was so fucking good as Bill Belichick. Like, at one point, I was like, is this really, before I knew who it was, I had to Google. I was like, is he playing himself? Because the hair,
dancing
the man, I know. And I was like, I was like, that's Norbert. What? First of all, that name is so fun. I would change that name into Norbert Leo Butz.
Okay, you know what? I would take that over generic Steven.
But like, you could be like Leo Butz. Norbert.
Who else has a name Norbert?
It's not a Norbit. That's the movie with Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, if you think about it, nobody has that
Norbert
name. You might not
Leo
find it on a
Butz.
keychain, but you're not going to be in a room with 5 Norberts.
That's very true. So yeah, he played Coach Belichick. There were a couple other Broadway people on the show who were really good. Tammy Blanchard, who recently was in Little Shop of Horrors, played his mom. It was just phenomenal from start to finish. Like, the acting was great. It was so sad because obviously, like, spoiler alert, he kills himself. But it was just consistent acting, which Ryan Murphy, sometimes it's hard to get consistent acting. Did you ever watch Grotesquerie?
I did.
What's his face was surprising on there. Travis, Taylor Swift's little boy toy.
Oh,
Travis,
yeah.
he was great. Because Ryan Murphy he's a stunt cast queen.
For sure.
He loves to put like the people. But the thing is, most of the time, like, he did put Cindy Crawford's daughter, Kaya Gerber, into one of the American Horror Stories.
She's the Gerber baby?
Get out.
She was a Gerber
Get
baby,
out.
right?
I don't know.
Her name was Gerber. She's the baby.
I don't know.
She was a Gerber baby.
But she looks just like her mom, like just like Cindy Crawford. She was so fucking bad on the show. So
Which
bad.
one?
It was one of the American Horror Story ones. I can't remember.
Was it the spider baby?
No,
one?
but Kim was on that one. Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, she surprised
and
me.
Kim was good.
She surprised me.
It was good because it's almost like Ryan Murphy tailored the role to her, where it's like, be yourself, but just kind of like kick it up a little bit. And that's what he did with I was completely, that was my second mentioned show, was Grotesquerie, which I loved. But Travis was great on Grotesquerie. He was really
pleasantly
good.
Surprised.
Flirting with Niecy Nash and then marrying that big, thick, beautiful black woman. I was like, see, I'm telling you, Travis loves black women. This is what Taylor Swift, like, that's like going from like a delicious, juicy.
Let them be happy, Heather.
Shut up, Steve.
Let them be happy. Let them be happy. Some people just want salt on their food.
I had a whole analogy. You fucking pop my balloon, sir. Don't yuck my yum.
You're going to have to let it go. She exists.
I know.
She exists.
I know. But so does JoJo and JoJo. Anyway.
Yeah, JoJo Siwa.
Oh God, no. All right. So now we move on to music.
Okay.
Steven, we know you never listen to music. I don't even know what your favorite song is.
I don't have a favorite song.
Mine's like wrestling. When people are like, who's your favorite wrestler? You can't just have one favorite wrestler because it's like technical. I have a favorite technical wrestler. I have a favorite like showman wrestler. I have a favorite promo, which is like the mic work. Like with songs, I can't, like, if you had to ask me right now what my favorite song of all time is, probably top 5 would be like Merry Christmas, Darling by the Carpenters. I fucking love that song. I listen to it all year, every day. But it's hard to pick one because it's like, I love music for different reasons.
Exactly.
But
I don't have a favorite anything.
But what music to you that came out this year?
So here's the thing, and it's not even from this year. Mm-hmm. However, I discovered it this year.
Oh God, Steven, is it the fucking like Battle Hymn of the Republic?
It's the January 6th insurrection song. No, actually, it's Chapel Roan with Pink Pony Club.
Well, that's kind of 2024. She wasn't 23.
I looked it up because
it came out in 23.
It came out in 23.
But we all did discover it in 24.
I discovered. Yeah, well, some people didn't because she's been singing a lot of this stuff to go for a long time, and it wasn't until probably a couple of weeks ago where I very rarely listen to music these days. Usually, it's like all podcast or all boring. Saddening news on YouTube. But I was listening to Pink Pony Club and I was just like, and I'm just gonna keep dancing at the Pink Pony Club. I'm like, fuck yeah, you are. I'm gonna fucking keep doing it too.
I love the build in that song. The build in that song is so good. How it starts off and you're like, what the fuck is this? And then it just like that builds.
It's such a unique orchestration.
It is. It's such a great song.
I have become more and more of a fan.
Good choice. That is a great song. Kind of in that same vein, I became a Sabrina Carpenter stan this year. So in my opinion, the best pop song that came out this year. Now, honorable mention, of course, to Beyonce. Cowboy Carter is a fucking incredible album. Have you heard her duet with Miley Cyrus, Two Most Wanted?
No.
It is so... I would say it's probably number 2 for me. Her duet with Miley Cyrus is so... It sounds like it's very Thelma and Louise.
Did they do it on the Netflix bowl?
No, I was kept waiting. I was like, where's Miley? Where's Miley? Yeah, Two Most Wanted... Incredible song. It's very like kind of like old school country. Like it's so good. And Miley's voice is it's so good.
I love Miley's voice.
Me too.
It's such a unique tone. It's got a crispness to it.
But it's good. It's not like it's so good.
It's not infected.
Yeah.
Or affected.
Yeah. My favorite song, I'm a pop girly. My favorite pop song that came out this year was Juno by Sabrina Carpenter. And I love Espresso. Espresso is a fantastic song. Espresso, I listen to the instrumental almost every day. The instrumental to Espresso, nothing against her vocals. The instrumental is so pretty and just like summery.
Now, is she a songwriter or is she a lyricist?
No, she helps write her songs.
Musically as well? Mm-hmm. Very cool.
And so, So Espresso was great. Her other songs, Please, 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 Taste, love those songs. But Juno is just such a fucking
How does that one go?
That's the one where she's like, have you tried this one?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So a couple weeks ago, I performed at Savoy for brunch. And I was trying to switch it up a little bit because I'm like, I could sing Proud Mary. I have nothing like my staples. People eat it up. They love it. But I like to challenge myself. So I love live arrangements of songs. Like I have a whole list on YouTube of just like live versions because I love just hearing the different instrumentation. And Sabrina's show, she's like the songs stay true, but she adds in little things and it's so good. So oh my God, I had a train of thought and I fucking lost it because I'm hungry. Oh my God. Well, no, wait. We're talking about Juno and the live. Oh, Savoy. My God.
And we're back.
I hate getting old. I hate it.
Sure, blame it on the oldness.
Anyway, so Savoy. I found a live version of Juno and I have a vocal stripper and I stripped the vocals off of it. And I was like, I'm going to try this at Savoy. So the thing is with brunch crowds, you literally never know unless you know people, right? So like, I don't know if the crowd in there is going to be all straight old white people. I don't know if it's going to be young people. I don't know if it's going to be a whole table of black sisters. Like, I don't know who's coming in.
Right.
So I'm so fickle with songs when I perform. I'm always like changing at the last minute and I try to not be that person, but sometimes I will see an audience and I'm like, nope, they're not going to go for this song. I'm going to switch to this. So I was like, all right, I'm going to try Juno and I'm sticking to it. I don't care. It's Savoy. I'll test it out. If it doesn't work, it fucking doesn't work. So luckily there were younger tables in there. And so as soon as the beginning started, it's a very distinct like Fleetwood Mackey beginning. Din, 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 din. As soon as it started, everybody screamed. The bartender was like, wah! And I was like, oh. And as soon as I started saying, don't have to tell your hot ass a thing, everybody sang along, like loud. And I almost didn't have to sing. And I was like, great job, Sabrina. It's a fun song. I love that one of the lyrics is, I'm so fucking horny. And literally. But it's so pretty. It's such a filthy song, but it's sung so pretty. And it's just every time I hear it, I want to like dance. It's just fun. It's such a great pop song. So that is my pop pick of the year is Juno by Sabrina Carpenter.
I love that.
It's and the live version.
I also love that people are getting upset. Like, I brought my daughter to this concert. And she's like, fuck off.
You dummies. She literally has sex in a bed at the show. Bedchem. That's another great song in her album, Bedchem. It's so that whole short and sweet album. If I buy an album, I have a record player. If I buy an album on vinyl, that means that I'll fuck with that album forever. So I have like Golden Hour by Casey Musgraves, which is probably my favorite album of all time. I have that on vinyl, and I just bought Short and Sweet, her album, on vinyl. And it's just, you can just play it through. It's so good. So that is my song choice of 2024.
That's amazing. I need to get more into her. I need to get back more into music and stop listening to depressing shit.
It depends though, because like when I get ready, if I'm getting ready to go to work, I only listen to podcasts. Excuse me, but I can't listen to podcasts driving to work in the mornings because they'll make me sleepy. Because I just start listening. So I have to listen to music on the way to work, but I like listening to podcasts on the way home to unwind and stuff. So I'm weird. I also like listening to podcasts when I'm doing my makeup to go to work. But if I'm going out to have fun, I will listen to music. It just depends.
Because you don't want to be like, and on the 13th day of looking for the body, it was discovered her severed head in a garbage can in the neighbor's yard.
Yeah, most of my podcasts are pretty fucked up.
Mine are all crime, basically. Except for this one.
Right. Okay, so now we move into a very interesting category. Movies, film, cinema, all of that. Stephen, we know what the obvious choice is going to be, so you can elaborate on it. But tell us about your cinema adventures in 2024. What was like? We already know, but what was your?
So it's funny. I was thinking about it. It was
the
like
Wild Robot.
I physically went to the movie theater one time this calendar year, and it was to see Wicked. So and I mean, Wicked deserves all of the applause, all of the flowers, everything. It was incredible from start to finish.
Did the Iron Claw come out this year?
It didn't come out.
If the Iron Claw,
it's already on Max. So
yeah,
maybe I
went to the movies to see the Iron Claw. So I think I went to the movies 3 times. Iron Claw once. What year did the Iron Claw come out? 23. Never mind. I went to the movie theaters twice this year.
But I mean, I've also seen like everything on a streaming service. I really liked.
It said December 23rd, 2023. We saw it after the new year. We waited until it was about to leave. So 3 times. Thank you. Anyway, continue.
But Wolverine and Deadpool, I really enjoyed. I thought that was good.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Wild Robot's cute.
Yeah.
A lot of death in Wild Robot. You wouldn't expect that. Like just.
Okay,
life being life,
listen,
birds eating things, and then
if you
things
have not
eating birds,
listened,
and then having chopped off. You know, I found half a squirrel the other day in the yard over there because they were trimming trees, and I thought it was like a fucking cartoon. It's like, coupon, we're going over here now. I don't know why.
That traumatized me. All right, listeners, listen, listeners, watchers, like skip like 1 minute in this video because I'm about to ask you something. Skip. We'll see you in 1 minute. Does the fox die in the Wild Robot?
No.
Okay, that's all I needed to know. Because the fox is Pedro Pascal, and I just wanted to make sure. Because
he's one of the main characters.
Yeah, but I was about to spoil something else, but I'm not going to spoil it.
Pedro Pascal?
Yeah.
About him?
Yeah, in another movie that came out this year.
Oh, the Iron Maiden or the
Gladiator.
Gladiator.
Okay, listen to me. Listen to me, listeners and watchers at home. I am about to spoil something in Gladiator 2 because I know this fool ain't ever going to watch it. So I'm giving you the opportunity
I will watch it as soon as I watch Gladiator 1.
You've never seen Gladiator?
I've never seen Gladiator.
It's so good.
I mean, there's sexy men fighting. I should watch it. Like,
it's so good. Okay, press forward 1 minute right now and go. Thanks for those of you stuck around who've seen. So he dies in Gladiator 2, and he dies in this like really
what the
epic,
fuck? That's not the spoiler I was expecting.
The way he dies is so cool, though.
He gets stabbed in the heart?
Like 50 times. He's like in the middle of the arena, and they shoot arrows, and it's like.
You're gonna
I never
stop
wanted
me
to be
now.
an arrow so bad in my entire life.
Oh my
anyway,
God. You want
movies. I
to
do.
Peg.
Please. Whatever I can get. Anything. Please. Please.
What about what other movies for you?
Oh, you're done? You didn't talk about Wicked?
I did. I said it was perfectly amazing. Like I don't want to say too much about it because I know some people still haven't seen it.
Oh my God! I just spoiled
Okay. Alpha Buzz Green.
Wicked has been out for 20 years. Did that dog just fart?
Probably.
Oh my God!
And he's 14.
Oh my God! It smells like
butts by
corn
me.
chips and spam.
I do let him eat corn chips.
My God,
No,
cute. So okay, Wicked.
Okay.
This shit's been out for 20 years.
It has
if
been.
you go to
Okay.
the soundtrack,
Okay.
it's been out.
If you don't want to know my opinions, unsubscribe. I guess I don't know. Don't do that. Just skip to the rest of this episode.
Fast forward a minute.
But I thought from start to finish, it was beautifully shot. Most of the set was practical. Do you know that?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Which is astounding.
The train.
I was
the tulips.
oh my God.
Yeah.
The poppies, you mean?
No, it was tulips.
Oh,
at the very beginning.
Oh no, I'm talking about the big fields that they were going over and all that stuff.
Yeah,
that was all practical.
Yeah, they were tulips.
Those were poppy fields, weren't they? Oh
no, the director said they were tulips. They planted like 9 million tulips.
But anyway, I was pleasantly surprised by Ariana's ability to switch. Although I did see a really fun video today of a girl was like, "What if Ariana Grande sang Wicked as everybody thought she was going to?"
Oh, I saw that.
And she did like a really cute pop version of it. It was like,
wasn't it like 7 Rings?
No, it was popular.
But it wasn't it set to
I don't think so.
Okay, that must be another one because I saw one where they were like, "There's Ariana Grande and Wicked," and it was her singing Popular to the tune of 7 Rings.
Oh no, this was a total girl doing an impression of Ariana singing Popular as Pop Ariana, and I was like, okay, maybe I wouldn't have been mad at that. She did that because it was really cute. I was like, put that on the fucking radio.
Well, she said Ariana. So rewinding back a bit, so on her first album, she did a cover of Popular with Mika. Yeah. But then in an interview I read, she said that they actually did approach her with like a kind of hip-hoppier version of Popular to do in the movie. And she was like, nope. I want to do it like it's supposed to be done because Glinda is so fucking white and corny that she would have never been that cool to do that song. And it's like...
And I also saw something the other day about the director talking about her making all her comedy choices, that she's comedy gold
it's
about
absolutely
that
her. It's absolutely
situation, and that there was a pianist on site that would allow her to control the tempo. And I was like, man, this bitch.
When I knew it was all her, when she did the with the ball gown, I was like, that's so Ariana, because she's what Lindsay and
just
I like.
Wear the throat. It's cute. Pretty.
Lindsay and I call it being on the wavelength, and when you're on the wavelength, it's like just random little things that you find funny, like the feet in that video you just showed me. That's the wavelength, because if you showed that to normal people, they would be like, that's not funny. But if you're on the wavelength, it's fucking like it'll
you're
be
picking up what I'm putting down.
Yes, like the cat. I'm obsessed with the meme. Huh?
I know that cat.
Oh my God, I will fucking watch in a loop all day. Okay, so you talked about
but other things like first of all, Dancing Through Life, the practical set for Dancing Through Life. First of all, I want to know. I want to know how long the choreographer had to do this movie.
I know. And I was watching an interview, John. I've been watching like all the Wicked behind the scenes stuff, and they showed how they had to like strap in his feet when he does that one scene where he's like going upside down. Because I was like, is he holding his fucking body? Because that's a lot of core strength. But they like buckled him in and stuff, and they were showing how they all like choreograph, and they brought in a special choreographer from
parkour people.
Yes.
People.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so good.
But it's just the attention to detail and all of these things. I just want to know, like, because I'm a choreographer and I'm a person who will be like, all right, you need something, I will create it in front of said group of people that they need it, because I need to know what everybody's abilities are, to need what everybody's strengths, what their weaknesses are. I don't want to waste my time coming up with the whole dance if somebody can't do it, you know? So I work on the fly 97.8% of the time. Mm-hmm. There's no way this could have happened for this movie.
Oh, no.
If you watch these scenes, there's about 8 different sections of choreo happening at the same time.
Same with One Short Day. One Short Day, you've got like popping and locking.
I'm talking about the whole movie.
Oh,
there's always constantly like everybody doing different things.
Yeah.
Those Wizzlemania, those little frog people dancing.
Oh my God.
Fountain, kill me.
And then they've like the popping, and I saw people online saying like, oh, that took us out of the movie. Shut the fuck up. No, it didn't. It did not take me, because
I'm sorry. How does an Aussian dance, asshole?
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. Have you been to Oz?
Have you been to Oz?
There was that one time in college. Actually, technically that's true, because there used to be on Bourbon Street a bar called the Oz, or Odyssey, close enough.
So as you are aware, I was not familiar with Wicked before watching the movie. Like, I've heard Defying Gravity and I've heard Popular, but I have gone back over the last couple of weeks or so and listened to the original Broadway score. I know I'm going to get shit for this.
Which one do you hate?
The Broadway score.
The whole thing?
Not the whole thing. I mean, Kristen Chenoweth, I love her. She can't do no wrong. So
don't, no. Don't judge the singer. Judge the written material for this particular conversation. Because I can show you 1,000 different Glendas that can take that same arrangement and make it amazing.
Kristen Chenoweth's amazing. Like I
Not
don't
Kristen
have issues.
Chenoweth,
Idina, no, she's tinny. What I like to call tinny when she sings. It's this kind of, you're not aware of your voice, so like. Control over your voice is the most important thing you can have. You can learn how to sing, you can learn how to riff, you can do all these things, but if you don't have control over your voice, so like for instance, if I'm singing a song that's really emotional, I'm not going to come out of the gate and be like, you listen to the words, you take your time, you do your thing. But I also know
hands touch.
But I also know when I can't hit certain notes, and I'll try to cheat or I'll try to whatever. Her voice is so, and I'll stand here with the wizard, where like you're hitting
she's
the
just
notes
constantly pushing.
Correct. It sounds like she's singing. Where Cynthia Erivo is like,
no, there's only emotion in her voice.
Oh my god, like the difference. So I'm obsessed with her version, Cynthia's version of "I'm Not That Girl." It is so fucking stunning. I listen to it literally every day, and then I listen to Idina's, and like it just sounds like she's just like reading words off a paper. Where Cynthia sounds like that bitch has been through oh god.
So again, there is a difference between the stage and the screen.
No, Idina Menzel can't fucking sing, and I will die on that hill. I will write a TED Talk.
She's made so much money doing it.
That's great. You can make money being bad at something. Look at Donald Trump.
I take back my.
Idina Menzel has never. She can belt, she can carry a tune, but she does not have control of her vocals. Like her vocals just same. Listen, I love Jennifer Hudson. Same with Jennifer Hudson. She screeches too much. And a lot of black people think that too. It is too much like, and it's like, girl, we get it. Like, just like, I want to hear emotion.
Right.
And I want to hear you. And Cynthia has just fucking mastered.
Do you know what I love about Cynthia's performance, though, that I did not get in probably a single Elphaba I've seen in a show? And it could be.
That she's black?
No,
I mean,
because
there's
they've
been
had
black guy now, yeah. And Black Glinda's too, yeah.
Yeah. But I think what it is that she can sing with a maturity and also a young, like a youthful at the same time, because there's times where she has to be the sister, and there's times where she's hopeful, and you can feel that youthful energy come through, and you just don't get that from anybody else.
Yeah, she's, oh my god, Cynthia Erivo could literally sing me my Miranda rights while I'm being arrested.
You have the right to remain silent.
Oh my god, she's just she was perfect for that role. So good. And even Michelle Yeoh, who is not a singer. She's not a singer. But she did okay.
She did okay for the 3 lines she had.
You know, and that's got to be fucking stressful when you're next to fucking Cynthia Erivo and you've got to sing.
I mean, I just think back to Les Mis with Homeboy.
Russell Crowe. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Anne Hathaway. So side note, I hear your ice machine. My boss at work just got an ice machine like that. And she put it in her office, and we had a meeting today, and it kept doing that, and we were crying. She was like, God damn it. We'd be sitting having a serious day, and you're...
It's because it doesn't freeze the ice. It just constantly cycles ice.
It was, oh my God, we were crying today. Anyway, okay, so Wicked.
That's where you want to just keep going on what I love about everything.
Oh, I was gonna say, do you have another movie you watched that was a 2024, like a newer movie? So I feel like you're more up to date on movies than
Wolverine
me.
and Deadpool.
You talked about that.
Which,
that counts. Okay.
That opening scene.
Oh my God, so good. So good.
Never cackled so hard in my life that I think I rearranged myself on the sofa to like sit up to watch this and just.
Do you like on Spotify? What's fucking wild now is when you play Bye Bye Bye, it says in the title Bye 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 from Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh my God.
I'm like,
is it a different arrangement?
No, I don't know why it says that. Maybe so the kids know.
Is it a re-recording?
No,
I don't know.
I
saw the cutest little video of a 4-year-old dressed as Deadpool doing the dance in front of his
God.
TV at Christmas time.
And the thing is, I know. Listen, we're gonna do a podcast one day where I talk about people I do love. There are people I love. I love.
You hate Ryan Reynolds.
I do not like Ryan Reynolds at all.
What?
I don't like him. He just comes off as just to me. But I fucking love Hugh Jackman, even though he left his wife for Sutton Foster, which Grace and I had a whole conversation about today.
Ooh, I did not know that.
Yeah, they were in the music band together, and they both left their spouses. Hugh Jackman had been with his wife for 30 years. Sutton Foster 10, both kids, and they left after they were in the music band.
Wow.
It's like Ariana and SpongeBob. Same type of thing.
Ariana and SpongeBob?
The guy who played Bach?
They're together? Are you fucking kidding me?
buckle up. I will give you the abridged version. Oh my God. How did you? Okay, hold on. The abridged version.
Wait, hold on.
So, dear listeners, I'm obsessed with celebrity gossip. If I could have any job in the world, I'd be like a red carpet person. I love celebrity gossip. I love it. So, while they were filming Wicked, they're in London, right? So, Ethan Slater's married to his high school sweetheart.
That's Bach.
Yes. Bach. So high school sweetheart, he's married to her. They just had a baby. So she's like, you're filming Wicked in London. I'm going to go to London too. Great. So then Ariana Grande is married to this real estate agent named Dalton Gomez, who's not famous. So while they filmed Wicked, they were like, and then all of a sudden, Ethan Slater announces he's getting divorced. Ariana Grande announces she's getting divorced, and they're seen together. So that is a whole fucking scandal.
They're seen together, or they're seen together?
Seen together. And Ethan Slater's wife has been very vocal. She's like, fuck Ariana Grande. She's not a girl's girl. And she recently, like, I kid you not, like, oh yeah, like 2 weeks ago, she wrote an article for some magazine and was like, my days are beautiful because I get to spend time with my son. My nights are terrible because all I see is promotion for a movie that ruined my whole life. And I'm like, oh, this poor girl. So Grace,
that's a whole different level of being broken up with.
Right. And Grace, we need to have Grace on the pod one day. We'll get her on to talk about something, maybe K-pop. She can like introduce the world K-pop. Yes, please. So, Grace was the biggest fan of Ethan Slater because he started SpongeBob and he's like her little Jewish boy. And when he did this, she was like, Heather, I've never been so devastated like over his decision, because it's like, baby, showmance. Everyone had showmance back in the day. You fall in love. You know, I remember times that I'd be in shows with like gay men and I'm like, maybe I could change. Maybe I could change.
Did have a very successful relationship as a showmance until he dumped me to move to New York.
And so that's what's
where
happening.
He was not SpongeBob.
So that happened during Wicked, and they were really scared it was going to derail like Wicked's projection at the time. Like they were freaking out because they left their spouses for each other because of Wicked.
Wow.
So, and I told my mom that during the movie, because we saw it in a really quiet movie theater. And while we were driving there, I explained the whole scenario to her. And she's like, okay, I'll keep an eye out for him. So I leaned over at one point and I was like, that's who Ariana, that's him. And she was like, him?
I can actually see your mom's like.
She was like, not the other.
Forward,
she's like, not the other guy. And I'm like, the other guy.
He's
like,
a homosexual.
He like dick. Oh my God, Jonathan Bailey's so good. Anyway, but yeah, so Hugh Jackman and Sutton Foster, who were in the music band together, they left their spouses for each other.
Wow.
Yeah.
Craziness.
So. All right, I guess it's my turn to talk about movies. Yeah. So, as I've talked about multiple times on this podcast, I tend to watch the same, probably like 12 movies. Just
A League of Her Own was her favorite movie this year.
League of Her Own. Yeah, you already know all of them. And
Titanic.
I remembered this weekend
La Bamba.
Fatal Attraction. I watched Fatal Attraction a lot more than I should. Even the poor rabbit. Side note: have you watched the Fatal Attraction TV show on Paramount Plus?
No, I didn't know there was one.
Really good. Pacey, Joshua Jackson plays the Michael Douglas role.
Joshua Jackson.
Yeah, he's Pacey. You would know his face if you saw him. Anyway, very good adaptation. Nothing's as good as the movie. Like Glenn Close, so good.
What, crotch?
What?
When she opens her lips.
No, that's Sharon Stone in Basic Instinct.
Oh. What am I thinking
Fatal
of?
Attraction is the movie where he has sex with the blonde
and then she gets all obsessed and like
I've never seen Basic Instinct, but I know about the Puswacha scene.
Oh, fuck. I've been mixing those two together for how long?
They came out around the same time. But yeah, so I tend to watch the same movies because I have really bad anxiety and I like things that are familiar. But every now and then a movie will catch my attention and I'm like, I should probably watch this. So there are two movies this year in particular that caught my attention, both kind of in the horror-esque drama or category. The first one was on Shudder and it's called Late Night with the Devil. Have you seen it?
Never even heard of it.
Okay, so Late Night with the Devil it's like an indie horror film that kind of blew up. So essentially it's about this kind of like a David Letterman, Johnny Carson, like nighttime, a talk show host. And his ratings are tanking and his wife just died and he got a lot of sympathy for his wife. Yes. But yeah, ratings are tanking. His wife died and he's like, I need to figure out a way to get back in the ratings race. So he hears about this like live exorcism or this like girl's possessed. So he brings on the possessed girl and all hell breaks loose, but it's filmed like a found footage documentary. Ooh. So they're like, here's what happened on the night of blah, 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 blah. It's called like the Night Owl Show. So it's very, you know how like at the end of the Joker, the Murray show where he shoots, it's like that, like kind of that same vibe of the old like 80s, 70s shows. And so it's a wild ride. And somebody told me about it. And I was like, whatever, I'll watch it. And the whole time was like, oh, this was fucking great. It's creepy.
What's it called again?
Late Night with the Devil.
I'm going to have to, I don't think I have
Shudder.
Shudder.
I'll give you my login. I have it. So Late Night with the Devil was a favorite of mine. Honorable mention to Maxine with 3 X's.
I did watch that. I thought that was pretty good.
Have you watched the whole trilogy?
I have. I've seen them all.
What's your favorite?
Probably the first one.
I love Pearl, the middle one.
Oh.
I have a picture of Pearl in my cubicle. I fucking love Pearl. Pearl's such a great. But I thoroughly enjoyed Maxine. Mia Goth, the actress who plays her. Have you ever heard her talk in real life?
No.
She talks like this. She's called a British. I kid you not. She sounds like British Minnie. And then you hear her in this movie talking like this.
Oh, I love when people can turn that shit
right
on.
Oh my god, I'll show you after because it's wild. So honorable mention to Maxine. I love that whole trilogy. But I will say probably my favorite movie I watched in 2024 was a movie that I think quite a few people watched it. It was The Substance with Demi Moore and Margaret Qualley.
I have not watched that yet. It's been on my radar.
It was so you have to go into The Substance kind of knowing what to expect. So I knew it was going to be campy. I knew it was going to be gory. And I typically am not a fan of gore because I have a very sensitive stomach. And so now granted, if it's people I love, like if I was sitting here and you puked or your nose started to bleed, I would take care of you. But if I'm in public and I see somebody do that.
No.
I was with Nathan
About
one time
face.
and a girl puked right next to us at the bar, and he said he looked up and I literally just took off. I do not do that. But like I said, people that I love, I will take care of you with your bodily fluids to a certain extent. But anyway, so I don't like excessive gore in horror movies. Like Terrifier, this movie everybody talks about. I don't want to like, unless it's pivotal to the plot. Like if it's a zombie and a zombie bites into your neck, it's going to be gross. So like, fine, show the gore.
But you don't need to like splash the same bite 17 times. Blood,
or
blood,
like,
blood,
yeah,
blood,
or like
blood.
a zombie bites in the neck and then pokes the eyes and just fucking bite the neck and call it a day. So the Substance.
Work smarter, not harder.
So The Substance is super gory. Like, do not watch that movie while you eat. But it makes perfect sense to the plot. It is not excessive because it's pretty graphic. But the long and the short of it, do you know what it's about?
No.
Okay, so I can talk about what it's about without giving away spoilers. So it's about Demi Moore, who is incredible. She's like 64 in real life. She's so beautiful. So she plays a fitness instructor like Jane Fonda, who has a very successful show. And she's like, come on, guys, pump it up, blah, blah, blah. And so the movie starts with her finishing one of her workout series, whatever, and she gets called into the office of the people who run the show, and they're like, yeah, so you're too old for this, so you're fired. We're going to find somebody new.
What?
And she's like, huh? So she gets this letter in the mail saying, have you ever wanted to find a younger version of yourself? Try this. So she tries it, and it creates a younger version of herself.
Yes.
But they have to alternate weeks. So like 1 week, the younger person can be out, the next, but the younger person is not the same. It'd be like, this is the best way to describe it. It is like a gory Family Matters when you had Steve Urkel and Stefan.
Oh my God.
Where like Stefan, you knew it was Steve, but he was like a whole different human. It's like that. But it's more twisted, and it just gets worse and worse and worse and worse. And like the final scene takes place on New Year's Eve, and it is the most ludicrous. Like if it was any other movie, I would have been like, this shit is so fucking stupid. Turn it off. But it made perfect sense in the movie. It's a rare movie where I was thoroughly entertained from start to finish. And let me tell you something. Demi Moore is fully nude in this movie. Fully nude. And she looks, I was like,
well, when you have money like that, all you can do is work out and have personal
that's very
trainers and
true.
diets,
Yes.
and you don't have to stress like you do, like working a 9 to 5 every day.
Very true. And she won the Golden Globe for Best Actress this past week. And she did this whole speech saying that like she was always told she'd be nothing but popcorn actress, meaning that she's in all big budget movies, and was told she would never win an award for her acting. And she finally did, because it's her best movie role, in my opinion. Like, listen, I love Ghost.
I'm going to have to add that to my list.
You would enjoy, like, it's good. It's just it's like a wild, campy ride. And shout out to Miss Treehugga, one of our favorite drag queens. When we were working together a couple weeks ago, I saw she had fresh tattoo plastic on her, and I was like, what'd you get? And she opens her arm, and it was they call it the activator that does the thing, and it's bright neon green. And so she got 2 Substance tattoos, and I was like, oh my God, from the Substance. And she was like, bitch, nobody knows this. So we had a whole bonding moment. She's talking about how she wants to do like a a Substance number at a show.
Oh, nice.
And stuff. But yeah, highly recommend The Substance. But again, I have a sensitive stomach and I did fine with it because I understood the context of what was happening. And there were some parts where I was like, oh, I'm just going to look away for a second.
Yeah.
But it's not excessive. But yeah, it was such a fun movie to watch.
It just reminds me of, speaking of random tattoos.
Yes.
I saw somebody had a tattoo the other day and it gave me an idea. I was like,
Oh,
I would
God.
love to get an empty art easel on my arm.
And just draw what I've
And
seen
have
that before.
other people draw.
Yes,
Not
I have
me.
seen
Be like,
that.
who wants to be my painting of the day?
Yes, that's
I am
actually
so tempted to get it. Because
I've
what
seen
I
that,
saw
yes.
was it was an artist themselves and they like did like a miniature Starry Night. And I was like, fuck you, bitch, for being good at this.
I
like,
saw somebody's and it was an Etch-a-Sketch.
And I just get, oh, that one's also
That's
really
cute.
good.
Okay, so we've gone through movies, TV. So before we dive into what you have in your iPad,
Well,
I see you've got, what do you
Well,
have
I
in your
just have a
iPad?
couple of notes. Like,
Okay, you have notes.
I want to say, like, what were some of the best or funniest or pop culture things that you enjoyed throughout the year?
Oh gosh, and
Like
then I was
things
gonna
that popped up that might not have they might have lasted like a hot second, but they made you laugh. I can give you a couple of examples if you want me to go first, so you can think about it.
Oh, I know what mine is.
What is it?
The fucking downfall of Diddy. Rot, bitch. I have been waiting for Diddy's downfall since the fucking days of making the band because he was so fucking disrespectful to the girls of Danity Kane and all of those women who auditioned. And I remember at one point I was like, I want to audition for this. And listen, I am so glad that God made me broke at the time because I didn't audition for it. He was so terrible to those girls, especially Aubrey O'Day, who did nothing wrong. Aubrey was an outspoken, independent woman who stood up for herself, and he didn't like it, and he challenged her, and he tried to have sex with her, and she said no, and he fired her from the band. And Aubrey has been trying to tell us for all these years that Diddy's a piece of shit, and I believed her. Aubrey and I have had conversations on Instagram, literally about Diddy, and then this shit happened. And I was like, I told you. So watching Diddy's
I don't even know
downfall,
the full story of what happened. I just know that I guess
he just had too much money and wanted to have these sex parties, which, you know what?
With
If
baby
you
oil.
want to have sex parties, if you have money, have sex parties, please. But it's because he has minors there. And it was minors and people were being drugged against their will. Now, if you go to a swinger party
doing like Justin Bieber and stuff.
yeah, like all this shit. So he finally got caught, and that shit made me so happy because he is such a piece of shit. And in this world that we live in, accountability is not a thing. Justice is not a thing. So the fact, and I mean, for all we know, he's in jail now. He's been in jail for like months. For all we know, he could go to trial and be completely acquitted and live his best life. I don't think he's going to be
No.
because, first of all, he's a black man.
That's what I was going to say.
Right. And like, I feel bad because I'm like Issa Rae. I'm rooting for everybody black, but Diddy.
I mean, you can't go for everybody black because there's been some assholes.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
You know.
You're right. Yeah.
Candace Owens.
Oh.
I mean.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the Diddy story brought me a lot of joy in not to the victims. It's horrible what happened to the victims. And the fact he tried to say that he never did anything and then the video came out where he was fucking, did you ever see the video?
No.
Oh, it's bad. So, he dated for a long time the singer Cassie who sang, Cassie. Best me and you now. Oh, love that song. Anyway, so he all the time was like, I didn't beat up Cassie. I didn't do anything. Turns out he'd bribed the hotel people. And the hotel people, after all these years, found the footage of him in the hallway, dragging her by the hair, kicking her, throwing shit at her because she was trying to escape the room. And it's like all there on video. So Diddy had no choice. He came out. He was like on vacation somewhere. He's like, yeah, I messed up, but you know, I was in a bad headspace and blah, blah, blah.
Fuck you in your headspace.
And it's like, you have to keep in mind, Diddy, he's got 3 daughters. Can you imagine a public video of your father dragging a woman by the hair, and it wasn't like a little like tap. He fucking like wrestling kicked her.
What was he doing to his kids?
That's what I'm saying. And his kids stand by him the whole time. They're like, we love you, Dad. Man, the way I would disown my dad so fucking
Oh my
fast.
God.
I would be like, I don't know who he is. So it's just like that sounds terrible to say brought me joy, but like I love when people who've done bad
Schadenfreude.
shit. What?
Schadenfreude.
I don't know what that means.
Getting joy in others' pains. Thank you, Avenue Q, for the lesson.
I was like, I know you did not learn that word on your own, Steven. That has to be from something. So Diddy was a big one. For the fleeting moment that it happened, like the feeling around the Democratic National Convention, like just that feeling of hope that we had for like 2 weeks.
And that's it.
That was awesome. And I felt so empowered. And I was like, I mean, I was always a realist the whole time. I was like, I know how this world works. But for that 2 weeks where it was just like, it was such a good feeling. And then I knew better because I survived 2016. I knew better. So that's why election night, when people were like, oh my God, pulling ahead.
I went to bed.
Yeah, right. And I was like, please, Jesus, let me wake up and let this be right. And then I woke up at like 4:00 in the morning. Whatever. Anyway, what about you, 2024?
I had less serious answers, and I would like to give a nod to the Willy Wonka chocolate extravaganza with the mirrored face man and then the Oompa Loompa handing out one.
Oh my God. If I could
one
listen,
jelly bean at a time.
if I could turn back time, I used to think that if I had, we have an episode about this, you should watch it. I used to think that if I had a time machine that I would go back and do something significant, like I would free the slaves, or I would do something really
You want to fix
culturally sensitive, like culturally significant. No, I would go back to when that Willy Wonka shit was, and I would bring you, and I would bring Lindsay and a couple other people. We pop some good gummies and go to that shit.
We would have the best fucking
time. Oh my
time.
God, we would have had a fucking hoot at that thing. We would have had so
Hell yeah, we
much
got
fun.
one jelly bean.
Because we know what to expect with these families.
My God, I would go in costume.
And the Oompa Loompa. And she does cameo now, which good for you, girl. I would too. I would too.
I hope
capitalize.
she does it in that sad little outfit.
Oh, but she does. Yes.
Oh my God, great.
And she's beautiful in real life. Like she was on some talk show, and I was like, "That's the same girl." She's like, "Yeah, I didn't put on makeup because I was only getting paid like £3 an hour." I'm like, same. That would have been me. It's like when I was a server, I was like, "I'm coming. I don't give a fuck.
Like I'm hungover. This is what you get."
Oh my God, that was a good one, Steve.
That's what, you know, another one. I'm going to throw this out here. We didn't talk about this in the beginning of the episode of our week, but we recently got to go see an AEW wrestling match. We didn't talk about it at all.
Oh no, we need
I just want to say we can do that, but I'm going to say my life was made. Now, everybody who knows me, I enjoy wrestling because it's fun. I don't follow it like Heather does. I love going to the events. I love the indie events.
Yes.
I ask a lot of questions. Do we like them? Do we hate them? What's going on? Why are they calling this man, like taunting this man who's bald while the referee is also bald? I'm like, you guys are so mean. But then there was this street match between Ponderosa, aka Thunder Rosa,
and Mariah May.
And Thunder Rosa, aka Ponderosa, because that's what I thought they were saying for a good 20 minutes. She pulled out my favorite attack ever. She threw pocket sand, ladies and gentlemen. She took sand from her pocket and Dale Gribbled it right into this bitch's face. You would think that I found out Santa was real.
Oh my God.
Have never been happier than to see somebody actually use pocket sand
did we forget
in a real. I did not.
That was our big we might have to table that and do like a wrestling episode, because maybe what I'll do is I'll challenge you to watch the episode of wrestling that just came on Netflix and compare the two. WWE. I mean, you've been to WWE Live before.
I've been to a couple of them now.
Yeah.
But
oh my God, the pocket
that
sand.
is just a highlight of my life. There has not been a joy.
Oh my God. Thunder Rosa. I love that bitch. I love her.
It's like the video of the little boy who's I can't even remember the context. Is this a soccer player or what? And he's just like screaming. I can't remember anything. Now, are there any big things that happened to you notably this year that you're proud of?
Oh God, that's very serious. I lived.
Sort of.
I stayed. I was gonna say like, what we could
achievements
do.
though, like
oh God, I mean like not
to take it away. The funny thing, but like
oh God, achievements.
Like,
I mean nothing as big as your fucking studio, but like what did I kept my job. I still got to sing. Oh, I know. I have a new nephew. Well, he's not new anymore.
Well, he's still new.
5 months old. He rolls now like a burrito.
Oh,
So that was
that's
new nephew. There you go. I have a little chunky new nephew who's so cute. So that was my big accomplishment. I stayed married. My husband still wants to be married to me, even though I listen to that Juno song by Sabrina Carpenter every day. And he's like, is this a song about, I'm so fucking horny? I'm like, yep, that's it.
You know, because I've been lucky enough, you know, like our studio became a fully funded nonprofit. And we're backdated to March of 2022, which is super exciting. I moved out on my own, which is really cool.
Yeah.
In this new place.
You
know,
did a lot more cooler things than I did.
It's been a big year for me.
I got high a lot.
I directed my first straight play, Orion, back in February,
yes.
which I've never done a straight play before.
And for those who are not theater people, he's not talking about play with straight people. In the world of theater, you have musical theater, which is Wicked, and then you have a straight play, which is like Gladiator 2. So there you go.
Yes, I did a Gladiator 2.
Yes.
You know, I don't get an often time to like really perform on my own anymore, but I still got to step into a role in Almost Maine this past year.
Oh, yes.
So I got to do that and like stretch my things. Like,
yes.
Built a set and had wonderful work from Casey on Matilda.
Nice.
At our studio and stuff like that. So I've had like some really good things that have happened, and it took me a minute to like actually I had to go through my camera roll to remember what the fuck I did this year. I'm not even lying. And I was like, oh fuck, good things did happen this year.
Steven, I'm so stupid. Something big did happen to me in 2024.
What was it?
I was on the fucking floor.
You were on the floor, bitch.
I'm sitting here like I didn't do anything. Yeah, I was on the floor on Fox. I got to go to fucking Ireland, which I was literally telling somebody yesterday about the trip to Ireland, how fucking wild it was going there, because I was in this has happened to me twice in my life where I have an anxiety attack that manifests as disassociation. So the first time it happened was when I went on a cruise with my girl, Amy, and we were gone for 7 days, and I had a lot of stuff going on in my personal life then, and I was like, oh my God, somebody's going to die. This is going to happen. This is going to happen. This is going to happen, because, you know, you're on a cruise. You can't fucking just go. So that was my first time, like, away like that for that long. And that first day on the cruise, I disassociated the whole day. It was like I was looking down on my body. Like I was functioning, I was drinking, I was eating, I was smiling, I was laughing, but I wasn't there.
Right.
So I talked to my therapist about it, and she's like, yeah, that was a big panic attack, but it just came out as a disassociation. So the second time it happens when I flew to Ireland. So I, you know, got to the airport. I'm terrified of flying. There's never a time when I'm on an airplane where I don't think I'm going to die. Like, I think I'm going to die in every single flight. When there's like a little dip, I'm like, this is it.
Yeah.
So
we've all seen Alive.
Right. So flew from Orlando to Philadelphia. I was fine then. And then I had an overnight flight from Philadelphia to Dublin. And that whole time, it was like I was looking down on my body on the plane. It was just kind of like, okay, I'm here. I watched the Olympics. I watched Celine Dion sing her thing. But it was just so weird because I was like, I'm fucking going to Ireland. And I'm flying over the Atlantic Ocean for like 7-8 hours. Like being on an airplane for that long is a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know how people do it when they go to Australia for like a 20-hour flight. Like I don't.
You're going to have to give me a Xanax, Xanax and a bottle of wine.
I would have to be on like the Emirates flights where they have like the bar upstairs and the shower.
And a bed.
Yeah, I could do that.
Full-on bed.
And I thought about, at one point I was like, well, you know what? This is a once in a lifetime thing. I'm going to upgrade. I've got savings. I'm going to upgrade. It was like fucking $2,000 to upgrade. I was like, yeah, no, I'm going to take my seat here. But I had good seats going on the longer flight. So I was in the middle, but I was in an exit row the first time. So I could just like stretch. And the second time I was in the front of the, like they called it premium economy. So I could stretch out. And I had like a full meal. Cause I was like, I can't now in the moment. I love paying for convenience. I will always, especially, oh my God, airport lounges saved my whole life on that trip, my whole life. And airport lounges are like $50 and you get however many hours and you get food and drink. And I'm like, fuck yeah. Cause that's what you're going to spend at the airport. Anyway, I'll go spend $50 at fucking TGI Fridays at the airport when I can go to the airport lounge. And they always let me in because I'm by myself and I'm friendly and I'm cute. You'll see people walk up. I would see people literally walk up with like kids and like, do you have any space in the lounge? And they're like, no. And I'm like, fuck, I can't get in. I would walk up next. I'm like, oh, I just heard you saying. They're like, we've got room. You can
You're one quiet person.
You're like, they can come in. So anyway, I just couldn't justify paying $2,000 for a bed. I'm like, I could use that to go to a luxury hotel. So I just couldn't justify that. But yeah, I got to film the floor. Made some really incredible friends. We just did a Secret Santa. We're about to do our reveals on Monday. So yeah, met some really fucking cool people, and hopefully we can have some of them on the pod.
We do need to do an episode so we can get some.
Yeah, or we'll do like a floor month where we have like a guest each week, and they can talk about what they do. Because
we could almost even like.
Oh, oh my god, that's what it wasn't a fart. He opened his mouth.
He burped.
Ooh, sir. I mean, Mama's got bad breath too, so she's so cute, but her breath smells like fucking turds. So bad. I'm like, what are you?
But we can do an episode where like we don't have to like do it all at once. We can do segments so we can get time it and different people and splice it all together.
I think
that would be fun, and almost do like maybe a mini floor challenge where we give him a separate topic and be like, question answer rapid fire between you and him or that person.
Yeah,
that'd be fun.
I don't know why I was saying nothing happened 24. So that, and then I took a girls trip with my three besties to Puerto Rico. We had so much fun.
You went on a cruise?
I haven't been on a cruise. I didn't go on a cruise in 24. I went on a cruise in 23. Jason and I were scarred for life from the cruise we took in 23.
Wait, I thought where did you go that you got sick from?
That was a cruise in November 23.
Oh. God.
Yeah.
See, no concept of time.
Yeah. But yeah, I went to Puerto Rico, ate incredible food. I burped so loud. No, I didn't burp. I laughed. Burping was at Epcot. I laughed so loud in a restaurant that a baby cried, and the parents got mad. And they were like, and then we saw the parents at another restaurant an hour away the next day. I literally saw them, and I just started cackling, and everyone's like, "What are you laughing at?" And I was like, "That's the baby I made cry."
That's the baby.
At a fucking restaurant in the mountains of Ciales, Puerto Rico. So random. Really quick, let's do a rapid fire. Let's talk about these are the 10 biggest news stories of 24.
Yeah. Also, we're at an hour 15 already. So.
Oh shit. Okay, we're gonna do this real quick.
Okay.
We're gonna say toot or boot.
Okay. Well, that's
Drag Race. So like most of the Drag Race podcasts, they do toot or boot. So toot is good, yay.
Yay.
Boot is no.
We can't have our own.
Okay, let's do trash or smash.
Those are both bad things. No, I guess it's not.
Smash is good. Like
smash is good. Trash is okay.
Okay, fine. Ready? Number 10. Donald Trump wins.
Trash.
Basura. Okay, next. Shit. Hold on. Load. Okay, next. Aftershocks of Broadcom's $69 billion No, we don't follow technical stuff. CNN. Wait, is this?
Fuck.
Oh, this is CRN. It's not CNN. God damn it.
You started looking at this.
Okay, I take that back. Okay, so now we're going to go through. This is CBS News, a more reputable source. Trash or bash. Here we go. It's the top news headlines of 2024 month by month.
Oh, God.
January. A Boeing jet made an emergency landing after a panel known as a door plug blew out mid-flight.
Pass. We smashed her.
Trash.
That's trash. That's so sad.
It's trash, but it's also smash because if you're on that plane and you didn't get sucked through the door, you probably have free flights for life.
If you could ever stand to fly again. Hello. Think about it. What?
Okay,
you would never see me in the air ever again.
Trash. All right. February. The Kansas City Chiefs were victorious in overtime at Super Bowl.
Who cares? Next.
Super Bowl. Hold on. It's a Roman numeral. I'm going to read this. I took Latin. I learned Roman numeral. It's LVIII. Hold on. I got this.
27? 37?
I is
37?
It's 13 plus. So Super Bowl 43. Hold on. Let me see if this is right. What Super Bowl was 2024?
Yeah, they're just trying to do math.
No, I don't need the Roman numeral. I need the actual number.
Why don't you Google the Roman numerals?
I can't. Hold on.
You can Google the Roman numerals.
What English number was Super Bowl 2024? I just realized my mic was down here. Oh, it was 58.
Okay, we were both wrong. Okay, next.
Okay, hold on. I lost the page. Shit.
Of course you did. This is going great.
Hold on. Okay, we got this. No, go away. Okay. What was the English number? And I was bragging to Jason literally like 2 days ago how good I am at Roman numerals. Anyway.
Well, you's a liar.
March. A container ship struck Baltimore's Francis Scott Key Bridge, causing a partial collapse, 6 deaths, and the temporary rerouting of trade ships.
Are you kidding?
Trash.
Why is that even an option to smash? No, that's so sad.
I know, yeah. April, a rare total solar eclipse was witnessed across North America, including in 15 U.S. states.
Who cares?
Smash.
Trash.
Smash.
Trash. Oh, the lights went out in Georgia. Great.
May, Iran's hardline president Ibrahim Raisi was killed in a helicopter crash.
I don't know if he was good or bad, so I'm not going to answer.
Shaquiri, help us. Okay. June, climate scientist Claudia Sheinbaum wins Mexico's presidential election, becoming the first female president in that nation's 200-year history. Smash.
That's a
Girl
good
power.
success. Come on. And she's not stepping down at all right now, just so you know. Oh, God. What is it?
I know what the answer to this should be from a moral perspective.
I don't.
But
No, what is it?
An assassination attempt on Donald Trump left the former president bloodied but alive.
Okay, I disagree with the statement.
Before we dive into that, actually, a lot of shit happened in July. An assassination attempt on Donald Trump left the former president bloodied but alive. 1 week later, President Joe Biden announced he was abandoning his bid for re-election, and Kamala Harris replaced him at the top of the ticket.
So deep. Okay. So the shrapnel.
Yeah.
I'm not commenting on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, there
the
was
FBI
not.
watches our podcast.
There was. So it was very unfortunate that Joe couldn't stick it out, but I'm very fortunate that Kamala was able to just step right in, and she did her damn thing for as best as she could. Next, I'm sad. I don't like this segment.
But the attempt was, I wouldn't even call it a smash because they didn't have, whatever. I'm not going to say anything.
It wasn't even necessarily an attack, in my opinion.
August. The largest and most complex prisoner swap since the Cold War saw 3 Americans return home after being wrongfully detained in Russia.
Smash.
Welcome home.
Wow.
I should have done pop culture stories.
You should have, because this is sad and depressing.
September
11th.
Hurricane Helene. Oh my God, this is so mean.
Okay, no.
In October, the highlight of 2024 per CBS News was that Jimmy Carter marked a major milestone, becoming the first U.S. president to reach his 100th birthday. We saw how that worked out for him.
Happy birthday, Jimmy Carter.
You know what? Hold on.
Oh my
We don't have time to go through, whatever. We talked about 2024.
We did,
y'all.
but here's one thing now that we're done with 2024.
Are you pregnant?
I'm not. Yeah, you have to have
you
somebody.
You are on antibiotics.
You have to have somebody touch you. Nobody's touching
Have you heard of somebody named the Virgin Mary?
I want to know.
She was touched by God.
I know resolutions are so.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But is there anything you're planning to do different for 2025?
I want to travel more.
Okay.
Because you can travel without going over the top with spending, because I'm very big on if I travel, I'm I need to get all these fancy things, but you don't have to. So I would love to travel more, and I would love to fucking finally organize my guest room. I did get
Ma'am, how long have you lived in this house that you've been trying to organize this fucking guest room?
5 years.
How many vanities have you built in this chair? How many futons have you put in there?
1.
How many times have you built different furniture?
A lot, and I painted it.
And if you've ever seen the closet in that room, it is a death trap.
No, it's not. I know.
I opened it. She's like, ah!
I know, and I have to remember to close it all the time because
it literally is stuff of cartoons where you open it and everything could literally just pile out and cover you. It is to the top with weave galore.
I was gonna say all my costumes are in there, so I do have to go in whenever I perform. And Mama loves it in there because there's 50 million hiding spaces.
Yeah.
So I have to make sure she's not around, because if I turn my head, I will literally be like, where the fuck is Mama? And she's on the top of the closet, look, yeah, she does that. I'm like, Mama. She does that every morning. She hears my alarm. And I set my alarm on purpose where I have 10 minutes to just wake up, and I'll scroll and whatever. And she hears it, and I'll hear it go, and she comes in, and then she jumps on the bed. And if this is the edge of the bed, this small sliver, she goes right in. And I'm just good morning, woman.
That's where he sleeps.
Anyway, what's your res?
My res is to...
Or I like to say what intentions do you want to set for 25?
My intentions for 2025 is to no longer have the shape of a potato.
Oh, that's a good one.
Let's
go on Ozempic together.
I don't think I qualify.
Ozempic. We'll buy it on the black market.
Yeah, but I
Zopempic.
Dear listeners, I don't recommend this necessarily for anyone, but I personally took myself off of lots of my medications.
Oh, bless.
I'm sure side effects have helped me put on some pounds or whatnot, but now that I'm off of them, I do have more drive, and I have been going back to the gym, and I do plan on no longer to look like a potato.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. How many meds were you on?
Several.
Yeah. I'm only on 2, and they're doing. I have to I have to take my ADHD meds, or else
I gave up on that one first. I stopped just cold turkey because I was on. Oh my God, we're just gonna keep going, but this is gonna be like a 2-hour podcast. But
it's okay. It's a 2024 recap.
I kept having shortages of Adderall, and then they were like, "Well, try Vyvanse," and then Vyvanse had shortages, and then I got extended release, and then it had shortages, and so for me to have to come off and go back on many times, it really
that
fucked me up bad to where I was like, I would rather just have a constant struggle than trying to pick up and put down and pick up and put, it was just too much.
That's wild, because I've been on the same 2 for about a year and a half now, and every now and then I'll tell my doctor, I'm like, maybe I'll go up by a little bit, and she's like, but do you feel okay? I'm like, I do. I don't feel numb. I don't whatever, and it helps me focus. And she's like, we're not changing it.
Yeah. So
luckily I've been on the same 2 for a while, but I will not take it on the weekends because I don't need to focus as much on the weekends, and it depends on what I'm doing. I take it if I go to church with my mom, because sitting and listening to a sermon for an hour is very difficult. It was difficult for me as a kid. It's difficult for me now. But but if I had to do that, switch back and forth, that fucks with your system. Yeah, I don't blame you.
I was losing days from recovery. It was bad.
Oh yeah, no. So yay, 2025!
Yeah, well, let's hope it gets better than the first week.
Well, in a month will be my birthday, and we're gonna have a great adventure in Tampa. And I'm
very excited.
I'm so fucking excited to go to Tampa and to and I keep forgetting how many of my gays live in Tampa. So I was like, well, maybe do a Sunday fun day and go to Bradley's or do So yeah,
hell yeah,
I'm excited. I'm gonna be old.
Bitch, you're only 5 months older than me.
I'm 35. With several years experience. 35 plus 7.
Oh my God.
All right. Thank you for bearing with us and listening. It's probably 2026 by now.
It's also, we didn't get a chance to ask our listeners what their tops were or whatnot.
It's funny because I thought about that, but then I was like, it's probably going to be a lot of the stuff we said.
What I would like to see, though, is if you can go to our YouTube or go and comment if we missed something that you think should be said. So did we miss a movie, a TV show, anything, a life event? If you want to brag, go up YouTube, comment
Beyonce tour.
We'll give you love.
Would you go see Beyonce on tour?
How many people are in the arena? No, I would go.
I want to I think she's going to announce a concert next week or a tour for Cowboy Carter. So I'm going to get a job at Camping World and then quit the day after.
This ain't employment.
Hey, people do that for Taylor Swift. I'm like, that's fucking brilliant. That's brilliant. Anyway, we're on the social medias.
Heather
Instagram,
and Steven get into
YouTube.
All around. Find us.
Share our videos, y'all. If you watch, just hit that share button and share with your friends.
Comment on our Facebook page. We'll put a topic post up right after this.
Yes.
So you can add, or actually we'll post it when we post the episode. So
bye.
Until then, bye everybody.
Alabama with a banjo on my knee or something. The wind all night, the lay I left, the weather it was dry. The sun so hot I froze to death. Susanna, don't you cry. I learned that
oh, Susanna, oh, don't you cry for me. Why I came from Alabama with a banjo on my knee. That's Heather.
That's Steven.